Alright, hello, I'm Michael. Um, this is my redo for my cast project, and what I realized was wrong with the first one is I thought that I had to have a different activity for each of the learning outcomes, which was really hard to do, and so they were basically not great. Um, because I did basically like three things more than like once in my entire in IB, which was recycling, tutoring, math, and running. Those are the three things I mainly did to a great extent, and they fill up all my hours. And other activities I did like just a few times. So here's a revision of that. For the first learning outcome, increase the awareness of own strengths and areas of growth. I have two. I have my uh, I have my tutoring videos, and I have what I've done is I've tutored math for a long time now. Well, a long time being the last 2 years basically. Um, I started in Math Honor Society where, I tutored students that were struggling with math after school or during, rater time periods. And yeah, I basically just gained community service for that. But I saw a greater accomplishment in tutoring math than just for community service and getting just like I think you get like a seal on your diploma or something for Math Honor Society. I enjoyed tutoring math a great deal, and so I started tutoring for more than just the hours that were required in math. I had my tutoring hours done. We have 12 required hours per year, and they were done in the first quarter. I just kept tutoring because I had fun doing it, not just because I needed the hours. Um, and what I did this summer is I bought a whiteboard and I started making videos online where I tutor math. And the thing about that is I tutored not just concepts of math. I took individual questions, which a lot of tutors online don't do. Um, I had people that asked me mainly in my standard level math class that I am a teacher's assistant in, because I want to be a math teacher one day, and therefore I teacher's assistant that class because I want to see how a different teacher approaches concepts in math that I've already learned. Plus, it is a review of topics that I've learned in higher level math. Um, and so, well, I help in that class. I guess you could also count that as community service, but I'm not going to. Um, and so, people that ask me questions in that class because they know that I already have learned all of that stuff, they asked me on Facebook, hey Michael, how do you do this homework problem? And I then made a video addressing directly that problem and helping everybody out in the class that watched it. And it was quite a few people. So I helped them and I became better at it. And I guess I tried to improve my skills in being a teacher, because that's what I want to be. So it was practice for my future career. And I have a YouTube account for this, and the videos have gathered there. I don't think I even have them all uploaded because this initially started on Facebook. But yeah, I'll count together how many videos I have, and I'll give an approximation for the hours that I earned, I guess. Um, but yeah, it's it. Besides that, I tutor people on Skype that live in like California, because I know them over Xbox. We play games together, and they just need help in math, and I help them over Skype. And because I have the whiteboard, that helps, of course. The second area is cross country, where I have done cross country since sophomore year, but in junior year I actually started getting actually good at it, because in junior year we made regionals, and that was because we held together as a team and we ran together well. But it was because we practiced a lot, and I'm okay at running. I mean, I made varsity all the years that I've done it, but I mean, I'm not an amazing runner, but I improved by practicing with my friends, and I showed up to most of the practices I could, and yeah, I realized that, even though this is not what I want to be, what I want to do in even in college, I'm not gonna run anymore. But I realized that I am a fairly decent runner, and that I could improve on this and help the school. Well, not help it, but represent the school in races. So I practiced as hard as I could, and I became the runner that I could be. And I enjoyed myself a lot because it was with friends and it was out in the open, and I had fun doing it, and I represented the school, and yeah, I guess I was pretty good at it. Alright, so I got had to find some proof. Um, Let me see what I need. Okay, mu alpha theta. This is my certificate from last year. The signature Tony Ma right here. I bet he uses that as his leadership thing. Whatever. Um, I don't have one from this year yet because technically I didn't have to complete all my hours yet. Um, because once you complete 4 hours per quarter or 3 hours, four, I don't know. You will get your certificate. I completed all of them though. So I have this from last year and the one from this year I will receive, but I have all my hours completed already because yeah. And for proof, you can ask Miss Kim. Um, YouTube, as proof, you can look it up honestly. It's YouTube. Search E under pi. So EUNDERPI, and that's one word. That's supposed to be like a play on pi over e as a fraction, but it's e under pi. Well, I don't know what I was thinking. Um, the online teaching, I really can't prove. You can ask those people, but I mean that's kind of weird. I, I mean, whatever. Cross country, I have this is my varsity certificate from last year, 2011, and this is my I don't I don't know. This is my participation from this year. I think this was like my senior thing. I don't know. This is not the same award. I can't. I just got what I found, honestly. Um, yeah, that's that for this section. Now, undertaking new challenges. There was two things that I can think of. One was in track. Because I'm good at cross country, which is a 3 mile race. I naturally did the 2 mile run in winter and outdoor track. Then following. Um, and I took the challenge of the 1 mile run, the 1600-meter race, which is something I'm not that great at. Like sophomore year, I completely failed. I mean, I didn't completely fail, but in the competition, I placed nowhere close to like anything that was good because it is just too short, even though it's long for some people. Um, so yeah, I wanted to do that, and I told my coach, I was like, Coach, I want to run this 1600-meter race. And at first, I was pretty bad at it. I got better. I never became great at it. It's just too fast paced. I'm not, but I tried, and I think I gained something from that because it was just a different race. It was because track is in cross country you have the whole team spirit bonding thing, but in track every event is completely different from the other. And the 2 mile is the closest to cross country, and I kind of broke off of that feeling by doing the 1600-meter race, which was just trying something new. And yeah, even though I can never say that I placed anywhere close to anything good in the 1600-meter, I still tried to do so, and that is something I did. I started my junior year, and I did a little I didn't do track this year in senior year, but I did it in junior year, and I finished doing that, and I ran both the 1 mile and the 2 mile last year. So yeah, and in math, I what happened is one day Miss Wonder, the math teacher for standard level two, she pulled me outside of class and she said, Michael, I'm going to be out of the building next week. Would you teach implicit differentiation to the class? And I was like, whoa, that is pretty cool because, again, I want to be a teacher. And so while I have tutored many, 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 many people and have done videos that have been watched by many, many people, I have never actually taught, or at that point, never actually taught an entire high school class, which is what I eventually want to do, my goal in life. Um, so therefore, that was really exciting. And yeah, I wound up going home and I prepared a lesson plan for that calculus topic. And the next class, I came in and there was a sub sitting in the corner, and the sub didn't know anything about math, and he basically served the purpose of taking attendance, and that's it. I took that class, I taught the kids, and even though 3 months later, when Miss Wonder reviewed that topic, no one remembered anything about it, which is kind of the plight of a teacher, I guess. I still, it was just great because I got to teach an actual high school class, which is something I want to do. And I took that challenge, and I think I faced it pretty well because when I was teaching it and I had the first problem that every student was supposed to work on themselves without help, they all got the right answer. Everybody, quite literally, and it's a like 24 people class, and I felt so proud of myself at that moment because you know what? I am a 12th grader and I actually did what I want to do when I am 24. No, 4 years of college plus 1 year of master's, 23. Yeah, great. I can't do math like this early in the morning. Okay, anyway, so that was my challenge for that, and yeah, that that is just one day that I will always remember, always probably, because that was the first time I ever taught an actual high school class. Alright, here, the track season, I couldn't find the certificate thingy, but here's my Letterman jacket. And you got the track pin right here. Um, yeah, that's the only proof I got. Sorry. If you don't count them, it's fine. I think I still have like plenty. Um, but I do need the um new challenge thingy. I don't know. The implicit differentiation. I didn't get an award or anything. You can ask Miss Wonder for that. I did do that. Yeah, that's that. Now for planned and initiated activities, again, the math tutoring sessions that I had with people online when they asked me for help, um, I haven't done it for like a really long time, but I have done it for about 7 hours because I've done it with about four people, and they ask me about help every month or so, and this has been going on for this entire year. So I have gathered a bunch of hours. I cannot say exactly how many because this was on Skype, but yeah, they it was just I never recorded it, so I can't really say. But another planned and initiated activity is the Math Honor Society Mu Alpha Theta in school. I go there as much as I can, as much as I find time, and I tutor kids in whatever classroom I walk into, and this can be anything. Because the thing is that there's the one thing that I need to remember, and that many students that are in my math level need to remember. We are the highest math level that Jeb Stewart offers. Therefore, we can actually go in and tutor anybody. Many students that are in my class just walk in like an algebra 1 class and just teach, easy stuff. But the challenge is if to actually go, into the SL class 2 classroom or the HL1 classroom and teach the harder concepts, because let's face it, we are the only people that can really help them as far as students go, because even math teachers sometimes don't know HL concepts because they have been out of touch with them from college on because it's been so long. So I try to challenge myself and go into classrooms as much as I can, try to find students that need, individualized help, not just basic things that anybody could answer. And yeah, I think that is important because, students that struggle want help from kids that know what they're doing, and I think that I know what I'm doing when it comes to teaching math. Um, and as far as cross country goes, the meets that I had are pretty much the plan initiated activities because they were organized by the school, and I went there and I competed together with the other 6 people in the varsity squad, and I represented my school by doing so. And yeah, and I had to whatever I had going on, like homework or my job, I had to postpone because I represented my school that day and I competed. And this happened a bunch of times because a week was every week, a meet was every week on Wednesdays for like an entire quarter. But I'll do the math in like a different screen. Now for the work collaboratively with others part, learning outcome, um, I picked Ingenium because Ingenium I've done uh, for an hour every week for the past 2.5 years, I think. I started in sophomore year in the middle, and I've been doing it ever since. Um, Ingenium is recycling, and the thing is, the school is big, and we need a bunch of people to clean that school up. And that's what I realized with Ingenium, because every week we meet, and we have a sign up sheet for hallways, and a bunch of people just take a hallway and then they just clean the entire school by doing so. And if we didn't have all the people we have, the school would never be clean because a couple of people cannot do the entire school. It is too many trash cans. It is too much work. They would be there forever and they would not want to do it anymore because it would not be worth it to them. And um, when we go around, there's one person with the trash can, one person with the recycling bag for the cans, and one person to just go around and get the trash cans. And so we have to work together because if everybody does everything, it takes longer. And the important part is that we have to get done at about 2:30 because we have to be outside helping with the lifting the trash cans. Because once we're done with the recycling bins, we have to lift all that recycled material into a big bin outside, and the recycling bins are heavy, and to be honest, not that many people are like tall in Ingenium. So it is basically up to the same group of 5 guys every single time to lift all the bins from everybody. And I'm talking like 13 bins. So every week we have to do the bins for everybody else. Everybody else just goes inside because they're too short and they use it as an excuse, and they just leave the bins. Because honestly, recycling or collecting the stuff is not that hard, but lifting the bins can be kind of tough on a Friday afternoon. Um, and so it's important that I show up to these because I'm one of like 5 or 6 guys that can actually contribute to lifting these because I'm not awesomely tall, but I'm tall and I can lift a bin. Yeah. Now, showing perseverance and commitment to my activities, I have um, I have my whiteboard and all the stuff that I bought because when I realized this summer that I wanted to actually pursue this mathematical teaching deeper and earlier than just going to college and becoming a teacher, I realized, you know what, I have to invest in buying material to start doing this right now. So I borrowed a Algebra 2 book from my teacher, and initially what I wanted to do, and this was the summer of after junior year, I wanted to I wanted to teach all of Algebra 2 in the summer, but I got lazy. And so I bought the whiteboard. That was the first step. I was always like, until I buy the whiteboard, I don't have to worry about making a lesson plan. So I bought the whiteboard. Now I'll show it. Here we go. There it is, next to my radiant clock. And right now there's my outline to what I will say in all these videos and all the learning outcomes. I don't know how well you can see it. This camera on this laptop is pretty bad. Um, and the cool thing is, and you will probably know this, Miss Van Berkel, the whiteboard was like cheap. It was like $150. Every whiteboard marker, however, is expensive. And I am quite the collector. I have all the Expo markers that Expo has, literally. I even have the Expo markers that haven't been made in about 2 years. Um, and yeah, it's become a hobby of mine to collect stuff for. But the important part is that I have the tools to teach, and I have two different erasers. I bought the big Expo XL eraser that is in my sister's room because she stole it. Um, and I have the accuracy eraser thingy, and I ordered those online. And I have the spray bottle to wipe the collected um, the marks that just stay behind. And what else do I have? I think I have more stuff. Um, yeah, anyway, I just have all this equipment so that I can make better videos than just, people that draw on a piece of paper or what else is there? There's people that just explain stuff without visuals. There's never a good way to teach something, I believe. And I like whiteboards. I have liked whiteboards ever since I came to the States because when I came here 4 years ago, a whiteboard was something shocking to me because in Austria, they to this day still use, oh, that's where I'm from. They use blackboards with chalk, and that's what I was used to. And when I went back there, I was kind of shocked because not shocked, but I was laughing to myself because I've been used to whiteboards, and whiteboards are really cool because it's like dry erase. You don't have to waste chalk because chalk is messy. Um, so yeah, I have actually my room is really messy, but I'll show this I guess. There's hold up, I don't want to show too much of this mess, but this is a stack of bins where I keep my school stuff from past years or previous years with some books on top. And that is the perfect distance and the perfect height to put this laptop on so that I can record. And that has been standing there since October because one, I'm lazy to clean, and two, I don't want to put it back and forth, and I make just that many videos. So I have like a little recording studio set up, I guess. And yeah, that is my commitment to teaching because I really like teaching and that's what I want to do. I there's no there's no award or certificate or anything for Ingenium. It's kind of just like a come and go thing. So I really have no proof for that. You can ask Miss Lauderdale, I guess. But yeah, there's we don't get certificates or anything. It's like come and go kind of thing. There's they never. I think maybe in the yearbook there's pictures, but I don't have that. Um, yeah, I don't know. Now, being engaged with issues of global importance, and this was just one event, but this is the like strongest thing I can think of for global importance. I took part in a breast cancer relay. This was in winter this year. I don't remember the date quite well. But one morning on a Saturday, I woke up and because my mom works for American Cancer Society, and I volunteered for a breast cancer relay. This was in DC, and what I did is I counted the money of the donations that people brought, and I was in a booth with a bunch of people that counted with me, and we were just collecting all the donations and counting them. while outside people were running. And I would have loved to run the race, but I think that counting that money was more important. And yeah, the it was a breast cancer relay, so that's the important um, global important thing. And we raised a lot of money that day, and that I don't know what American Cancer Society exactly does with the money. I don't know how much percentage they use for profit, but I did my part that day, and my mom hasn't invited me to a breast cancer relay since because I've had work. But I would definitely go because it was a lot of fun and I met a lot of cool people that day. Um, Another global importance thing is I guess recycling at school, Ingenium, because honestly I do it every week and it takes about an hour or 45 minutes to recycle at school, which is not a lot of hours, but I don't really care about hours because if I wouldn't clean up the school, and it happened before where all the people that really lead Ingenium, which is basically the seniors, had some IB thing going on. I think it was extended essay, and we canceled Ingenium. Next week, the bins were like overflowing everywhere. Every recycling bin of every teacher had like way too much trash, and so we have the commitment to clean the school by doing Ingenium, and that is important because recycling is, that's the only way out of um, our modern waste um, story. I don't know, because Europe is really good at recycling, but America is not. They just started, and they have way more landfills, and they are a much lazier country than Europe is. Europe's a continent, but whatever. So taking these steps with, clubs like Ingenium and Raiders for the Planet is important because we need to start, thinking about stuff. And um, we learn about this in environmental systems, but I don't want to get into it. But yeah, that's global importance. Now for the Relay for Life thing, uh, I got a letter of recommendation after that from, um, I think Dion's her name. It's my mom's boss. Let me see the signature. Where is it? Yeah, here we go. Dion. Um, American Cancer Society. It's just a letter of recommendation that was for scholarships and stuff. And I think I have the volunteer shirt that I showed last video. I don't know where it is right now. I couldn't find it. Yeah, that's all the proof I have for that day. Now, considering the ethical implications of my actions, um, well, I knew this before, you know, thinking about this question or learning outcome, but teaching is the best job because a teacher raises the next generation, and I'm sure you know about this, but just putting knowledge into another person's head is just so great. There is nothing more satisfying than seeing, a student learn. Because let's face it, of like 40K income a year is not all that satisfying. But yeah, I do my research about teaching. But you know, I remember that one time that was the first time I realized I wanted to do math or teaching for always. I was in a classroom and it was algebra 2, and the kid barely spoke English, and I had a lot of trouble because I don't know Spanish. But I was teaching him, and I was trying to do it with pictures and diagrams, and it finally clicked at some point, and he understood what I was talking about. I think it was like rational expressions. But yeah, and at that point, when he understood what I was saying to him, that was just the most amazing feeling ever. And I realized teaching is not, always rosy and oh my God, this kid just learned something. But it is important because, if the fifth grade teacher in math sucks and doesn't do his job right, the kid is going to struggle in algebra 1 in ninth grade or whenever he learns it a lot, because fifth grade, for example, is all the arithmetic, making it. I don't even know when I learned arithmetic, but I'm just guessing. Because all the kids that suck nowadays in counting numbers together, how are you gonna learn moving variables if you don't know how to add numbers or multiply or subtract? And so it is extremely important that a teacher does his job right, and it's not just a job that hey, I'm here, I want to pay some bills. You have to do your job correct because you are forming that kid for life. And that's why I love the job and I want to do it, and I really hope that I will do well one day. And develop new skills. This is this is kind of like a funny story, I guess. But I uh I was never good with colors. As a kid, when it was, or not as a kid, but as a student, when teachers like highlight this in your book, I never do it because highlighting is something that, it makes no sense to me. I understand it's important stuff, but I just, I'm really bad at it. I cannot do it. And I know it's important for college, and I'm gonna suck at college, but whatever. When people are like, use colored pencils to identify different themes in this passage in English, I can't do it. Taking notes in biology with colors, I can't do it. I'm really bad with colors. I am a very monocolor, note-taking person. And I don't even like notes. When I write notes, I take diligent notes, but, I will never look over them. I am a completely audio person. I just hear it and I know it, but I cannot anyway, I'm getting off track. The colors, and I even though I never learned colors to use colors for myself, I learned how to use colors on my whiteboard because of math problems. Because I realized that using colors makes students understand the concept more. So I practiced using colors over the videos that I have created, and I became better at it. And now I can actually use colors when I teach. Still not when I take notes, but who cares? That's just me. But and I ask people, hey, how is my color taking? I don't even ask them, hey, is my video helpful to you? Because I know my video is helpful to them. I ask them, how is my color usage? And I get feedback from the people I know, and I get feedback from people I don't know over the internet. And they say, yeah, you're doing good here. You should use something better here. And that helps me. And that is a new skill I developed because I barely ever drew on the whiteboard because I'm not an artist, and I don't know. But ever since I have my whiteboard, the first half year that I had it, I wrote in black and that's it. And people were like, Mike, will you use some colors? And I struggled pretty badly because I cannot use colors. But in the end, I think I can, and it improved my being a teacher. So that's that. So for the leadership role that I took in a collaborative project, I picked the math review parties I hosted at my house for our higher level math tests because they were pretty tough. And so what we would do, we would just meet at my house and we would study math. Now the problem with this one is I don't have a lot of proof just because I didn't think I'd use this for anything like having to prove it. We just reviewed math, and because it was basically the entire class in my room with the whiteboard, um, we had, we could work off each other and solve the problems that people were having that other people weren't having, so, people could show other people what to do. Now, I only have a couple of pictures where none, like the entire group is never there. Um, that's, I don't know how much proof I need for this. I have the invite for the second party that I hosted, and the inside joke here is we call ourselves owls because I don't because for mathematical induction, which is the process of or a method of proving a mathematical something, um, one of us just drew an owl for the proof, and that was just funny, and we started laughing. So that became like an inside joke kind of thing, and we started calling ourselves the Owls. So that was the second party. I think we held six or five, something like that, and they were before every test for math. So we had a test about two every quarter. Um, we didn't do it for all the tests, but for most of them. And well, I guess I was the leader because it was my house and I always organized it. Like I made this invite myself. This was what is this? Um, Group effort. Okay, this was group theory. This was in like November. Um, the cast elements. I mean, this is creative, right? I don't know. Um, I guess I had action because I wanted to do well on the test, and I had people come over, and the people that wanted to do well, and I think that everybody benefited from this because people did well on the tests, and I did well on the tests when I had the parties. So, plus we had fun and pizza and soda, so that was, I guess, was good. Um, yeah, I hope I met the elements in this one. I don't know. I'll put the pictures up. Again, I don't have that money though, so they did happen though. I swear. Okay.